Welcome back to my channel. Just kidding. Today we're diving into a topic that has been a huge point of discussion for the music industry for years, and that is the pay rate of artists through streaming platforms. It's a topic that affects both emerging artists and established artists, and if you've ever wondered how artists are compensated while they stream their music, this vlog is for you. Now, we all love streaming music. It's convenient, it's easy to use, and it's revolutionized how we listen to music. But what about the artists who create the music that we enjoy? Are they actually getting paid fairly for millions of streams their songs get? Spoiler alert, the answer is complicated, and honestly, it might surprise you. The rise of streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal have fundamentally changed the music industry. These platforms offer an unprecedented level of accessibility to listeners, but they also raise significant questions about how artists are compensated for their work. Despite the billions in revenue generated by streaming services, artists may only see a fraction of that income. This disparity between what platforms earn and what artists receive has sparked debate within the industry. In this vlog, we will explore how artists get paid through these streaming services, how payment system works, and the ongoing challenges of the artists that they face in this evolving landscape. Streaming services pay their artists through a system known as the pro rata model. Essentially, this means that the total revenue generated by the platform, whether from paid subscriptions, advertising, or other sources, is pooled together. From this pool, a portion is allocated to the rights holders based on the number of streams each musical artist has received. However, this process doesn't directly translate to the high payout per stream. For instance, according to Ditto Music and Digital Music News, Spotify, the largest streaming service by the market share, has an average payout rate of approximately $0.003 to $0.005 per stream. The way money is distributed also varies, depending on factors such as whether the stream came from a premium user or a free user. Premium subscriptions generate more revenue for the platform, which in turn leads to higher payouts for artists when the music is played on these accounts. Streaming services like Tidal, which position themselves as artist-friendly, offer higher payouts. Tidal's average payout per stream is approximately $0.01284 per stream, which is still not enough for most artists to make a sustainable living, however. A crucial issue with the payment model is that many artists receive only small payouts, even after accumulating a large number of streams. This happens because the pro rata system divides the revenue across the entire platform's content library, meaning the top-tier artists with millions of streams capture the majority of the available funds. Independent and lesser-known artists, even with thousands or millions of streams, may only receive a fraction of a subscription fee. It's a structure that benefits major label artists far more than independent creators, even if the latter can gain substantial traction on these platforms. One of the biggest challenges with streaming services is the way that payouts disproportionately favor the most popular artists. According to a study by the Institute for Public Policy Research, approximately 90% of the streams of the platform, like Spotify, go to just 10% of the artists, meaning the overwhelmingly majority of stream results in just the minuscule payouts for most musicians. The larger an artist's catalog is, and the more streams they can accumulate, the more they can earn. However, for most artists, the earnings from streaming are not enough to sustain a full-time career. For example, an artist with 1 million streams could expect to earn roughly $3,000 to $5,000 on Spotify based on average payout per stream. But this doesn't account for other factors like distribution fees, management fees, or any other expenses associated with music production and promotion. Artists who sell their music via traditional channels such as CD sales or digital downloads have a potential to earn much higher royalties per unit sold, especially for premium-priced albums. The streaming model has been accused of promoting a winner-take-all environment. In this system, artists with significant followings and large catalogs of music are disproportionately rewarded, while independent and emerging artists struggle to get by. Despite the ability to reach millions of listeners worldwide, the economics of streaming do not often allow for an equitable compensation, especially for those at the bottom of the stream count ladder. The introduction of streaming services has fundamentally changed the economics of the music industry. Traditionally, music sales, whether in physical formats like CDs or digital formats like iTunes downloads, provided a significant revenue stream for artists. However, as CD sales declined and digital downloads became less prominent, streaming became the dominant force. This shift has led to a substantial increase in the overall revenue of the music industry. In 2021, the global music industry generated $25.9 billion, a figure largely driven by streaming revenue, but the growth of the industry has not resulted in proportional benefits for artists who create the music. The transition to streaming has made it increasingly difficult for artists to generate income from record sales. For example, Spotify's pay per stream is so low that artists must achieve millions of streams to make a living wage. In fact, it now takes around 1,500 streams to equal the revenue generated by one album sale based on average payouts. As a result, many artists have to rely on alternative income streams like touring, merchandise sales, and brand partnerships to survive financially. This shift has also raised concerns about long-time sustainability of a music career. While streaming services have allowed for greater accessibility of music more than ever before, they've created an environment where most artists are paid very little for their work. The industry's reliance on streaming has made it clear that a significant restructuring of the payment model is necessary if artists are to be fairly compensated for their contributions. Some streaming platforms have attempted to address these challenges. For example, Tidal has long promoted itself as a more artist-friendly platform. It offers a higher revenue share than any other streaming service, and it allows for a direct artist payment through a system known as the artist payout model, which gives more control over payments to artists. Deezer has also introduced its own user-centric payment model, where a subscriber's monthly fee goes directly to the artist they listen to. While this system is designed to help smaller artists, the reality is that the per-stream rate on Deezer, which is about $0.0011, is still significantly lower than what artists would earn from traditional music sales. Some critics have also suggested that streaming platforms need to implement a pay-per-stream model instead of the current pro rata system, which would give artists a more direct and predictable payment structure. However, the likelihood of such a shift is uncertain, and it would require a complete overhaul of how platforms distribute revenue and would likely lead to an increased subscription fee for customers. While streaming has revolutionized the way we access music, they have also contributed to a financial model that leaves many artists struggling to earn a substantial income. The pro rata payment model, while effective at dividing revenue, does not adequately compensate artists unless they achieve massive success. As the music industry continues to evolve, there will undoubtedly be further debates about how artists can fairly be compensated for their work in a digital world dominated by streaming services. As it stands, streaming services have proven to be more beneficial to established artists with large fan bases than to independent musicians. The low payout rates for most artists raise serious concerns about the future of music as a profession, and the solution that ensures fair compensation for creators is urgently needed. Whether through better payout models, increased transparency, or alternative income streams, the industry must find a way to balance the needs of consumers, platforms, and artists to create a more sustainable future for music. Thank you for listening.